This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the EVERGOODS Element Drop-In, which I've been testing for the past 2 weeks. Let's dive in. So the main material that we're working with here is nylon 6. So it's a durable synthetic polymer and just overall looks pretty nice. I think that's assisted by the fact that we have a TPU laminate as well. At least the water resistance is highly, it's helped on by that, obviously, with TPU being basically completely waterproof. I would say that these materials, for the most part, are waterproof. This is not a submersible pouch by any means, but these materials are highly, highly waterproof, making this a highly, highly water-resistant bag. So don't go dropping this in a puddle or anything, or don't go submerging this in a puddle, but you can drop it in one if you need to. We'll say the corners are a little, not sharp, but you can see there's a very good attention to detail there with the cut corner there, so it's not really pointy, but just a little bit, I don't know. Pointy is the wrong word because it's not pointy, but just a little bit harsh, I guess I should say. So we do have RF welded seams. So again, water is not getting through here. The only place it might get through is this zipper, I would at least say in my experience so far with this thing. So the zipper is from YKK. It is an AquaGuard finish, as you can see, but even a YKK AquaGuard, which is one of our favorite zippers in the biz, is not completely waterproof. So you can see even there's a small hole there by the zipper head, and just in theory, water can seep inside of there. So something to keep in mind. We do have a Hypalon pull here, which I really dig, very easy to grab onto, and just kind of blends in with the almost industrial look of this pouch. So on the bottom right here, we do have a EVERGOODS logo. It's just kind of like, almost like imprinted like that, so you can kind of just see it. From a distance, it's pretty much almost invisible, I feel like. I mean, you're really just not gonna notice it. The only, I don't know, I think it looks nice. That's what I should say. I think it looks nice, you can see it, but it's not really in your face. Below that here on the bottom, as you can see, we have a gusset. So I have a fair amount of gear in here right now, so the gusset is almost employed. It has a lot more oomph to give than I'm currently giving it, so you can fit more stuff inside of there. But when you're not using it, it just kind of folds up like that, which really makes this save space. You can fit it, inside of a laptop compartment, inside of a main compartment. Just very easy to put it inside of a backpack. Not anywhere to really carry it, no handle or anything like that, but you can just kind of hold on to it. It only comes in at 6.85 ounces, which is a pretty good size, I would say. And let me just give you the measurements real quick as well. So it's 13.25 by 8.38 inches, which is 21.3 by 33.7 centimeters. So a pretty good size, but I would say it's probably gonna fit in most day packs and almost all travel backpacks. So if you found this video helpful so far, make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can keep making content like this to help you travel smarter. But let's dive into the main compartment of this thing, because being highly water resistant is one thing, but actually being able to carry your gear well is another, at least in my opinion. So when we get inside of here, you can see it's a pretty good sized compartment, and we have a divider here in the middle, and that is the only organization inside of the entire thing. So this divider obviously goes all the way across, but it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. So it's kind of hard to tell. I've got just a notebook inside of here. Take that out to show you. It doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. So it goes to about right here. We give you a better indicator of that. So about that far from the bottom. So things can interplay from one side to the other along the bottom. But if you put a larger, like if I were to put this notebook in here, either way, I think this way, it can't go to the other side because it's too tall. It's not going to be able to get underneath that barrier. I'm going to pull this out now. And so inside of the organizer right now, I've just got a battery bank here in one of the pockets. My phone fits nicely in there. And then in the bottom, I've got just a cable to charge my phone with said battery bank, and then the Joby Grip Type 1 micro stand, which is nice for watching videos and things like that. So I can give you a better look at the organizer now. We've got two larger pockets here, which is, I said, good for a phone or something like that. I should mention, I have my wallet here in my pocket, and I think this looks pretty good with how I had it packed out, but I'll put my phone in there, and this wallet is just a little bit too thick, I think. So when I put this inside of this pocket here, it just really takes up a little bit too much room and just kind of gives it a weird look here. So I don't think it looks bad, it just looks a bit different in my opinion. Again, not bad, just different. So I really have to decide how you want to organize this, because if I pull this out, we don't have that issue anymore, and I could put this on the bottom, and because of that gusset there, it does a lot better, I think, more flat, looks a little bit better. And not that you need this to look great, but if you are gonna put it on the coffee table, or not the coffee table, the table at the coffee shop, I think you probably want it to look nice. It's just I think anyways. You don't really need it to look nice, but it's just one of those things that if you're spending money on something, you might as well have it look nice. And I think this does, as long as you don't put too thick of items in there. And maybe this is just like a rounded thing. It's just very particular items. So now that that rant is out of the way, those two larger pockets here, not any padding really, but these do an okay job at protection just because it is a very durable material. But again, if you had, the glass facing up and a rock were to hit this, there's a chance that your screen might get cracked. So place this accordingly and just, probably face this inward instead of outward, and just be smart with it. If you've packed tech gear before, to which way to face your phone, etc. Then on this side over here, we have a pen or a stylus slot. Again, not a ton of protection, but it slots in there nicely and it's not bouncing around the rest of this main compartment. So other than that, there's no organization inside of here, but there is a little bit of space. So you can put a passport in there, different, as I had my cable and my Joby in there. You can put a couple different things inside of there, just things you don't want bouncing around in the main compartment. But if they're not, there's no like zippers inside of here. So if you were to kind of be doing who knows with it, using it as a Frisbee or something, the stuff can come out of that area. There's not a ton of space for it to do that, to get into the main compartment, but it is possible. So the rest of this space is just open, and I've used this for a ton of different things. I just had a notebook in there right now, but I still shoot film, and it was a great way for me to transport negatives. I typically am just kind of throwing it in between stuff in my backpack, and not good negative storage. So being able to put this inside of here just gave me a little bit of extra protection. And then I just slotted this in with my laptop compartment, and then it's just a little bit of extra protection because my backpack has extra padding where the laptop compartment is, and I know my negatives are safe inside of here. But it doesn't have to be negatives. It can be really any kind of document or anything like that. If you're traveling with it, if you're traveling for business, a good way to keep your stuff safe inside of here. So where does that leave us? I feel like it just depends. If you have the stuff that fits nicely inside of, if you have stuff that fits nicely inside of here, this thing works really well. Or if you travel with documents, you're like me and you take negatives places, it works really well. But if you have bulkier items, this might not be the option for you. I think it's amazing at transporting certain things, but if you don't have those certain things, I don't know that this is a great fit for you. One more thing, I want to make sure I get this right. The opening here is 10.5 inches or 26.67 centimeters. So it is a little bit wider once you get inside of there. So if you have something that's a little bit bigger and you can bend it, you can fit it inside, but that is how long the opening is. So I thought that that was important to mention if you're trying to take a specific size document that you want to make sure fits inside of here. So there you have it, the EVERGOODS Element Drop-In. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.